Okay. Now the next question, which is very much in line with this one also, is that the event does not have, this is coming from Susan T. Oh, T, I think it is. A lot of people last name ending in T. So Susan says the event does not have an arranger on and off button. Instead it has the pianist button. But for some reason the pianist always reverts to a piano sound. Can this be changed? Can this be changed? Okay, I have to type all these out real quick. So yes, the event does not have a dedicated arranger on and off button, which is true, that's correct. Our pianist button does in a way act as an arranger on and off button. And let me explain to you how that works. Again, it's things that are in the machine and you can customize it. So by default, when you turn on the pianist, and the name says everything by itself, pianist right there, if I go to the panel, pianist means that you want to play as a piano player without a split point. So when you press the pianist button, again, pianist, piano, the preference is given to piano, right? So as a piano player, I can now play. This means that even if I'm if I get out of pianist mode, let's say I go here to my voice and I go to, let's say I want to pick a saxophone or something, a flute, right? Let's say here. Okay, now the moment I press the pianist button, I want to be like a piano player. I want to be like I'm playing on a real 88-note piano. So when I press the pianist button, what happens? Not only does it take away the split point, but it also will change the voicing for you, okay? And now, if you notice right next to piano over there, there's a button there which is a little dot. And that is true for all of the event buttons. Wherever you see a dot, it means it's a secondary function when you press and hold that for 2 seconds. So if I hold that for 2 seconds, it brings me to this screen right here, okay? So now, over here it says free voice. From the factory, this is off, right? And let me tell you what it means. If I am playing a flute and I turn on the pianist button, you see what happened? It automatically goes back to the piano voice and again, puts me in a piano mode, right? If I get out of there, okay, I go back into my, whatever it is I was using. Let's say my voice flute, for example. But the moment I press the pianist button, it changes the voice and gets rid of the split point. So that's like my arranger off right there. So, but I can program that button, right? Such that when I turn on the pianist button, I don't want it to change the voice of the piano. I want it to keep the voice that I'm using right now, but remove the split point as an arranger off and just give me the full access to the full keyboard. So if I press and hold that for a second, it gives me that screen. And right here, I can go and turn on the free voice. And remember, you can always save that as a custom startup, right? I can go back there and hit my save such that whenever I turn on this keyboard, it will remember that particular functionality of my pianist. So now that I have free voice on, what does that mean? If I get out of there, let's go back again and do the example all over again. I'm going to go here, I'm going to pick, let's say, I'm going to pick like a synth, okay? I got my split point, right? Split point over there. I got my lower voices here. If I press the pianist button, guess what? The voice does not change. So the voice that I'm using still remains on, but the pianist functionality of having the full keyboard with one voice or with two voices is now active, right? So I can program that pianist to do either remove the split point and keep the voice I was using before, or remove the split point and no matter what is going on this keyboard, give me a grand piano, because after all, this is what I want. I want to play like a pianist. So that button actually can be programmed for that particular functionality. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so that's what free voice, that functionality does stand, which means that the voice is free. It picks up whatever voice you had on the machine prior to being able to turn on and off the pianist button as well.